all right? I was an outsider, I was not a player. I came in to construct a game in which I felt that students would thrive, and they did thrive. But that's not what they want, okay? They want to have control over the game. And if they lose control, well, they call you, the outsider, an asshole, okay? All right, so let's do this again and objectively think about what the interests and motivations of each player are. And when their interests converge, that's the game they play. All right? So you have students, parents, teachers, leaders, school administrators, and then the colleges. Okay? Another thing that you have to do in game theory that's very important is you have to rank the power of each player. Yeah, you have a question?
The government?
Excuse me? The government, yes. Sorry. You're right. I forgot about the government. Okay, and the government. Okay. Another thing that you have to do in game theory is you have to rank the importance of the players. Okay, so not all players are equal. So in this game theory, even though there are students, and students are the majority, students actually don't matter. Okay? What students actually think and want don't actually matter. What matters, of course, are the parents, because the parents pay to play in this game, and parents can cause a lot of problems if they don't get what they want, okay? So the most important are the parents. Then you have the teachers. Why? Because the teachers are the ones who are implementing the rules of the game. Okay? The way that teachers behave determines how this game is played. And then these two are the most important, okay? Then maybe you have administrators as well, but they're not as important as the parents and the teachers. The government doesn't really matter because they don't really care, right? It's one school among thousands. Who cares what the school does as long as it doesn't cause me any problems? The colleges don't care either. They say they want really passionate students who are curious, who are imaginative from China. They don't care, okay? For them, it's just business. They just want students who are willing to pay money to get a crappy education in America, all right? So the costs don't really matter. They'll take anyone who's willing to pay. And the Ivy League, yeah, everyone's getting the Ivy League, but who do the Ivy League want? They want people who are to be successful in life, right? And who are these people? Not the best students. These are people from powerful families. Okay, so this game is rigged, right? They have all this talk about, we want the best motivated students, we want peer students who are curious, who are passionate. It's all nonsense, okay? That's not how the game is played. So the costs don't really matter either. Okay, so these are the three major players: the parents, the teachers, administrators, students, government, colleges. They are in this game, but they don't really matter. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we'll analyze the mentality, the worldview, the interests of each player. Okay? And again, once we do that, once we figure out where they converge, then we know how the game is constructed. All right, so let's look at students. Students, okay, they want to be popular, right? So most students come to school, and actually their priority is not to learn, their priority is to make friends and to be popular among their friends. Okay, because that's just human nature. That's true, right? Then you have please teachers and parents. Okay, this is really important to understand. You're not in school not to learn, you're in school to please parents and to teachers. Why? Because parents are the ones who pay for your way in life, right? The ones who give you food. Teachers are the ones who gives you grades. You're not here to learn, you're here to please them. There's a difference, okay? And grades are a way of showing how well you're pleasing the parents and the teachers. Okay? Is that true? All right. And then you're like, have fun. Okay? And then get a good college. Okay? All right? So, am I missing anything among the students? All right, so, okay, I'm sure there's more, but let's just keep on going, okay? Now, parents. Well, the parents what they want is, of course, successful kids. But they want successful kids not because they believe that success will make their kid happy. What they really want, of course, is face. Right? They want their kid to go to the Ivy League, and they don't really care if the Ivy League provides a good education or their kid will be happy at the Ivy League. They just want to brag to their relatives and their friends and their colleagues, my kid is at Brown or Cornell or Dartmouth. Okay? But face also means to treat education as a luxury product. Why do parents send kids to national schools? Not because national schools provide a better education, it's because national schools are more expensive. And most importantly, international schools have white faces, right? White faces. Okay? This is the main marketing tool of international schools, right? They have all these white faces. White teachers, and like, oh my God, this is a real national school now. You don't care if the teacher is actually good at what they're doing. You don't care if the kids are actually learning. You don't care what the curriculum is. You don't understand that sort of stuff. You just understand, okay, 10 white faces, therefore, this is a good school. It's that simple. Okay? And then, of course, you want some good outcome. Okay? You want a good outcome. You don't care if your kid is actually learning in school. What you want is your kid to get good grades. To get into good college, okay? These are not the same thing, all right? So that's the parents. Then the teachers. Teachers are really simple because teachers do this job, and for them, the priority is to do as little work as possible to get by, okay? I'm not saying all teachers, but I'm saying the majority of teachers in the school are just trying to get by because, quite honestly, they have families. And they have other responsibilities. So they don't have time to focus entirely in school, okay? So basically just get by, okay? Or the minimum amount of work, okay? You may not believe this, but like when you actually grow up and get a job, you'll do the same thing, okay? Just do a minimum amount of work in order to get by. Administrators, they want good outcomes, but what their real priority is to protect relationship with parents. Okay? Just give parents what they want. Okay? Their job is to sell the school. So whatever parents want, you just give it to them. And administrators also, by the way, have families. This is a job for them. They also just want to get by. Okay? They're not trying to build the best school possible. They're not trying to change the world. They're not trying to educate students. They're just trying to get by. Do the least amount of work in order to get by. Government is, okay, they say they want innovation, creativity, technology, but really it's just like no problems, guys. Okay? As long as you don't create any problems for us, we're happy with you. Just stay away from us. We're happy to not bother you. Please don't come bother us. Yeah, that's government. Also, what they want is for students who will also be no problems in the future, right? Right? So compliance. So as long as schools are teaching you how to obey authority, how to comply, how to do what you're told, they're happy. You're a good school. Okay? Colleges, again, just want the money. Okay? That's all they care about. If you're willing to go to an American college and pay, how much is it nowadays? Like $50,000, $100,000 a year? That's a lot of money, guys. Okay? If you're willing to pay that, they'll take you. I guarantee you. Even if you don't speak English, they'll take you.